Meet Maya. She's an 11-year-old who absolutely loves pizza. Seriously, she could eat it every single day. But one afternoon, her math teacher gives her a challenge. Can you figure out the distance around the edge of a pizza? Maya stares at the problem. Distance around a circle? Where do you even start? Well, today we're going on that exact same journey with Maya, and by the end, circles will never look the same again. Let's go. So, what exactly is a circle? Here's the cool part. A circle is a shape where every single point on the edge is the exact same distance from the center. Every single point. That's what makes circles so perfectly round. No corners, no flat sides, just smooth, equal distance all the way around. Think about a pizza, a Ferris wheel, a basketball hoop, or even a coin. Circles are literally everywhere once you start looking. And that equal distance from center to edge, that has a special name, the radius. Let's dig in. Okay, two of the most important circle words, radius and diameter. The radius goes from the center of the circle out to the edge. Think of it like one spoke on a bicycle wheel. The diameter goes all the way across the circle, passing right through the center. So it's basically two radii back to back. That means the diameter is always exactly twice the radius. If the radius is 5 inches, the diameter is 10 inches. If the diameter is 8 inches, the radius is 4 inches. Simple multiplication and division. Maya's got this.
Let's use Maya's actual pizza problem. Her pizza has a radius of 6 inches. That's the distance from the center to the crust edge. She wants to find the diameter. Using our formula, diameter equals 2 times the radius. So diameter equals 2 times 6, which equals 12 inches. That means the pizza stretches 12 full inches from one side of the crust to the other. Now Maya flips it. If her friend's pizza has a diameter of 18 inches, what's the radius? Radius equals diameter divided by 2. So 18 divided by 2 equals 9 inches. Nice work, Maya.
Now here's where it gets truly magical. Meet pi, written as the Greek letter pi. Pi is the relationship between a circle's circumference, that's the distance all the way around the edge, and its diameter. And here's the wild part. No matter how big or small the circle, if you divide the circumference by the diameter, you always get the same number, approximately 3.14159, and it goes on forever without repeating. Forever! Mathematicians have calculated trillions of digits of pi, and it never settles into a pattern. Maya's mind, blown. And honestly, same. The circumference is just a fancy word for the perimeter of a circle, the total distance around the outside edge. And because pi is that magical constant ratio, we can calculate it easily. If you know the diameter, multiply it by pi. C equals pi times d. If you know the radius instead, use c equals 2 times pi times r, because 2 times the radius gives you the diameter first, then pi does its thing. We usually use 3.14 as a handy approximation for pi. Maya is starting to see how this whole pizza problem is going to get solved.
Let's find the circumference of a circle with a diameter of 10 centimeters. We use the formula c equals pi times d. Substituting our values, c equals 3.14 times 10. Now, 3.14 times 10, when you multiply by 10, just move the decimal one place to the right. So that gives us 31.4 centimeters. That's the distance all the way around our circle. Let's double check. Our diameter is 10, pi is about 3.14, so the circumference should be a little more than 3 times the diameter. And 31.4 is exactly that. Makes perfect sense. Now let's try using the radius. Maya's pizza has a radius of 7 inches. Can we find the circumference? We use c equals 2 times pi times r. Plug in 7 for r. c equals 2 times 3.14 times 7. Let's go step by step. First, 2 times 3.14 equals 6.28. Then 6.28 times 7 equals 43.96 inches. So the circumference, the distance all the way around the pizza crust, is 43.96 inches. Maya finally has her answer. That's almost 44 inches of delicious pizza crust. I'd eat that, wouldn't you? Here's the big picture moment Maya had, and it's beautiful. These three things, radius, diameter, and pi, are all connected in one elegant system. Know the radius? Double it to get the diameter, then multiply by pi to get the circumference. Know the diameter? Divide by 2 for the radius, or go straight to multiplying by pi. Know the circumference? Divide by pi to get the diameter. It's like a circle family. They all look out for each other. Once you see this connection, every circle problem becomes a puzzle you already know how to solve. Let's do a full challenge. We're given only the radius, 5 centimeters. Find the diameter and circumference. Step 1. Diameter equals 2 times the radius, equals 2 times 5 equals 10 centimeters. Step 2. Circumference equals pi times diameter, equals 3.14 times 10. And we already know this one. 3.14 times 10 equals 31.4 centimeters. So from just one piece of information, the radius, we found everything about this circle. Radius, 5 centimeters. Diameter, 10 centimeters. Circumference, 31.4 centimeters. Maya is now basically a circle expert, and so are you. One more real-world problem, because circles are everywhere. A Ferris wheel at the state fair has a diameter of 40 feet. How far do you travel in one full spin? That's the circumference. Use c equals pi times d. So c equals 3.14 times 40. Let's compute. 3.14 times 4 equals 12.56, and 3.14 times 40 is just 10 times that, so 125.6 feet. One ride on that Ferris wheel takes you 125.6 feet around in one full circle. That's almost half a football field of travel just spinning in place. Circles are seriously cool. Before we wrap up, let's lock in those key ideas with some memory tricks. The radius is your half-circle measurement, center to edge. Diameter is the full stretch, edge to edge through the middle, always double the radius. Pi is that magical 3.14-ish number that connects diameter and circumference, and it goes on forever. For circumference, pick your formula based on what you know. If you have the diameter, use c equals pi times d. If you have the radius, use c equals 2 times pi times r. Keep these 4 facts handy and you'll breeze through any circle problem. Remember when Maya was staring at that pizza problem, totally stumped? Look at her now. She can find the radius, diameter, and circumference of any circle in seconds. And so can you. Here's the whole lesson in a nutshell. Radius goes from center to edge. Diameter is twice the radius crossing all the way through. Pi is that amazing 3.14 constant that links it all together. And circumference equals pi times diameter. You went from never thinking about circles to understanding one of math's most beautiful shapes. That's huge, and you earned it. Now go show